There are dozens of SUVs available on the market today, each promising to be the ideal choice. But with so many options, how can you know which one is truly worth your money? In this video, you will discover 3 models that many buyers started avoiding after purchasing, even though they are expensive and popular vehicles. And it doesn't stop there. Besides showing which ones are not worth it, we will also present far more interesting alternatives, recommended by owners and specialized platforms. The idea here is simple. Help you choose an SUV that truly meets your needs, without falling into marketing traps. One example of this is the Volkswagen Tiguan. Over the generations, it received visual and technological updates, yet a considerable portion of consumers still prefer to look for other options on the market. One of the main reasons for this rejection is the high oil consumption reported by many owners, something that raises concern both because of the extra cost and the possibility of premature engine wear. In addition, the usefulness of the third row of seats is questionable, since the space is quite limited for adults, making daily use impractical. Another criticized point is some interior controls that present glitches or require too much driver attention, which can take focus away from driving. Even with a price close to $30,000, many customers claim there are more balanced options in the same price range. A frequently mentioned example is the 2024 Toyota RAV4 in its base trim, often remembered as a more rational alternative. Among the reasons that explain why this model is not so desired is the extreme tightness in the third row of seats. The space is so reduced that taller passengers can barely fit their legs, making the ride uncomfortable. Another detail that bothers drivers is the excessive use of touch controls. The multimedia system can be confusing or not very intuitive, forcing the driver to take attention away from the road to adjust basic functions. This compromises the driving experience and safety as well. In addition, the engine delivers inconsistent responses. At times it is slow to react, giving a feeling of lack of power, and at others it responds abruptly, which can cause exaggerated launches and difficulty controlling the vehicle in certain situations. Owner reports reinforce this dissatisfaction. One buyer said he purchased a new Tiguan for his daughter and, even before the first oil change, the vehicle had already consumed 3 quarts. According to the manufacturer, this would be within normal standards, and the dealership stated that topping off oil between changes would be considered normal. For this customer, that was enough reason to never trust the brand again. Another factor that weighs heavily is fuel consumption. The front-wheel drive version has a combined average of about 26 miles per gallon, a figure that does not stand out among competitors and ends up being unattractive considering the price charged for the vehicle. Now let's talk about an SUV that surprises for negative reasons: the Hyundai Kona. It is one of the brand's smallest crossovers and was launched as if it were a more rugged model, but many buyers were disappointed. One of the main issues pointed out is the reduced durability of mechanical and electronic system components. There are numerous reports of owners who had to resell the vehicle shortly after purchase because of constant malfunctions. Even with an affordable price, many say that for the same amount they would have preferred options such as the Kia Sportage in its base trim. Among the most cited flaws is the unstable suspension behavior, which can cause jolts when driving over road imperfections. This creates a feeling of insecurity, especially on rougher roads. Another recurring problem is the difficulty in finding replacement parts. Many owners report long periods with the car sitting at repair shops waiting for components, which increases downtime and generates frustration. This type of situation directly impacts those who depend on the vehicle daily for work or commuting. The interior lighting system also receives criticism. Some buttons have weak backlighting, especially at night, making it difficult to see the controls. There are reports that parts are frequently out of stock, customer support is inefficient, and recall campaigns become frequent. Many buyers say they regretted the purchase and recommend waiting for newer versions before investing in this model. In terms of fuel economy, the Kona does post decent numbers, with averages that can reach about 29 miles per gallon in the city and 34 on the highway, but that is not enough to make up for the other structural and reliability issues. Another model that raises many doubts among buyers is the Ford Explorer XLT. Despite its strong name and rugged appearance, it accumulates criticism for presenting recurring mechanical problems that do not justify its high price. There are constant complaints about vehicles that remain parked at repair shops for weeks due to a lack of replacement parts. This causes frustration and a feeling of abandonment by the brand. Many users claim that, for the same price, they would have chosen more reliable alternatives, such as the Kia Sorento in its base version. In addition, the Explorer suffers from interior limitations, such as poorly utilized space and materials that do not convey a sense of superior quality. According to reviews and surveys from specialized platforms, dozens of complaints have been registered against the most recent generation of the Explorer. Among the problems are uncomfortable handling, especially when equipped with larger wheels that make the suspension overly stiff. The interior is also criticized for having an uninspired design and for using materials considered basic for an SUV in this category. The third row of seats is firm and poorly cushioned, compromising long trips. In hybrid versions, the transmission can present jerks during gear shifts, reducing smoothness while driving. There are also reports about the leather seat trim, which deteriorates quickly. Some owners say that even with little use, the seats already look aged as if the vehicle had decades of wear. One customer stated that he paid about $70,000 and, even so, the interior showed a worn appearance, causing embarrassment when friends asked why the leather was in such poor condition. This is seen as unacceptable for a company that positions itself as a reference in customer service. Regarding fuel economy, the numbers are not impressive either. The rear-wheel drive version averages about 24 miles per gallon, while the all-wheel drive version drops to approximately 23, figures considered merely average. Now I will present a selection of 4 models that today are among the most desired on the market, mainly because they manage to combine affordable pricing with solid performance. Among them, the Subaru Crosstrek stands out as a reliable vehicle for daily use, offering comfort and safety for those who face urban traffic or long trips. It is especially notable for coming with standard all-wheel drive, which makes a big difference in situations involving rain, mud, or uneven terrain. This versatility transforms the model into an interesting option both for those seeking practicality and for those who enjoy occasional off-road adventures. In addition, the combination of modern design and onboard technologies creates a pleasant and safe driving experience in different scenarios, which is why it frequently appears among the highest-rated SUVs by experts, with a price around $26,000. Permanent all-wheel drive means that all wheels receive power from the engine automatically, without the driver needing to activate buttons or special modes. This ensures greater stability in curves, better traction on slippery roads, and more confidence when driving in adverse conditions. Another positive point is fuel efficiency, which remains balanced even while offering this type of drivetrain, allowing good distances to be covered while spending less. Inside, the cabin is simple yet well utilized, with enough space for passengers and luggage, creating a sense of openness and comfort for everyone. Compared to other SUVs in the same segment, it also proves more prepared to handle light trails, thanks to its ground clearance and more efficient suspension and traction setup. One owner even commented that she was looking for an SUV smaller than the RAV4, found in the Crosstrek exactly the ideal size, and was impressed by its highway stability and comfortable seats. The 2024 model also comes equipped with the brand's latest generation of driver assistance systems, including automatic emergency braking, lane departure warning with active correction, and adaptive cruise control, offering greater peace of mind while driving. According to official data, fuel economy can reach about 28 miles per gallon in the city and 34 on the highway, depending on the configuration. Another highlight of the year is the Telluride 2024, which appears at the top of many consumer shopping lists for combining attractive styling, a smooth V6 engine, and an interior that approaches the standard of luxury vehicles. With 3 rows of seating, it serves large families and people who need plenty of space. In addition, it has the capacity to tow considerable loads, reaching more than 2 tons, and still offers generous cargo space. What impresses most is that all of this comes at a price around $39,000, considered very competitive for the level of comfort and technology offered. The soft suspension and well-designed seats ensure comfort during long trips, reducing occupant fatigue. The interior space is ideal for large families, allowing everyone to travel without feeling cramped and with freedom of movement. The driver assistance systems function efficiently and are easy to use, including adaptive cruise control, lane keeping assistance, and automatic braking. One owner who has had more than 60 vehicles stated that this SUV is the most impressive he has ever driven, praising the smooth ride, interior finish, multimedia system, and even fuel economy. All models leave the factory with a complete safety package, including forward collision warning and automatic emergency braking. According to official estimates, the front-wheel drive version can achieve about 20 miles per gallon in the city and 26 on the highway. Now let's talk about one of the most well-balanced SUVs of the year, the Toyota RAV4. It is known for offering a smooth ride, a spacious interior, and great versatility for daily use. Its behavior during braking and cornering inspires confidence, while fuel economy helps reduce long-term expenses. There are all-wheel drive versions available, which add an extra touch of confidence on slippery terrain, but the model also stands out in urban use, handling typical suburban routine tasks very well. One of its strengths is the wide variety of trims and prices, allowing it to meet different buyer profiles. Studies indicate that the average price of the most popular versions is around $30,000. The interior is quiet and comfortable, providing a more pleasant trip for both driver and passengers. Cargo space is also generous, making it easier to transport large items or travel with family. One owner reported that he has been driving his RAV4 for about a month and has found no significant flaws, noting that although it is not a sports car, acceleration is sufficient for highway passing, while also praising the comfort and smooth steering. The model offers a complete package of driver assistance features as standard equipment, with the option to add extras such as blind spot monitoring and rear cross-traffic alert. In terms of fuel economy, the numbers range between 28 and 30 miles per gallon combined, which is very competitive for an SUV of this size. And now we arrive at the model chosen as the best SUV of 2024 by one of the most respected testing teams in the United States. The Mazda CX-50 stands out for its comfort, well-distributed interior space, and high level of equipment. Its interior finish surpasses many competitors, using higher quality materials and a design that conveys sophistication. In addition, it is agile and enjoyable to drive, with a price around $35,000. The turbo engine option ensures quicker acceleration, delivering above-average performance for the segment. The interior features refined materials such as leather and metal accents, along with special attention to ergonomics and control placement. Despite being a compact SUV, it handles different types of terrain well, showing acceptable off-road capability for those who enjoy exploring alternative paths. One owner of the fully loaded version said he chose the metallic white color with black leather interior, paid about $37,000, and was satisfied with the comfort, suspension firmness, and level of onboard technology. He even compared its high-speed stability to that of a luxury sedan he previously owned. The CX-50 also brings a wide list of advanced safety systems designed to protect driver and passengers. Estimated fuel economy is around 24 miles per gallon in the city and 30 on the highway. And if this video helped you, share it so more people can choose the best SUV for themselves.